Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation life energy coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching, because I've designed it during the last 9 years that I've been a coach, and nobody, no coach on planet Earth spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information for me is below. If you want to be in coaching with me, you now have the choice between two packages. One is called the signature package, which I highly recommend. It's 3 times per week. We meet via Zoom or via a phone call. Everything's recorded in my coaching for posterity, for you to re-listen to later. Many people do this once they leave my coaching to refresh, etc. So essentially you have all these tapes, and that's 12 sessions per month. I do recommend in this particular package that you spend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me. On average, that's what's enough for a person to really grasp what I'm teaching them, to know exactly what to do going forward, to be emotionally stable, very important, and mentally have a strategy going forward, what to do in certain situations. Now, you do have the package of 5 touch-up sessions. That's also on my website. This is for somebody who's gone through my coaching, and once in a while they want to get on the phone with me for touch-ups. So this is not a scheduled situation, meaning you don't have to use them within a certain amount of time. Okay, you can use them whenever you want. Now, the on-the-go package is different in that it's less sessions, but you do have to use them within a month. It's 7 sessions versus the 12 sessions in the signature package. So many people have been asking me for this for some time, and I finally got around to it. It could be used for somebody who's either coming into my coaching for the first time, although I highly prefer the 3 times per week. This is my personal recommendation, but again, so this package contains, literally, you could be using it this way, as this is just as an example. 3 weeks out of the month, you could be meeting with me twice a week. And then the last session, you can use the the 4th week, let's just say. But this is just a suggestion. You can use them any way you want. The idea is that you do have to use them within that month. Okay, otherwise you lose them. And actually this goes for the signature package also. Now in between, you have access to me just like in the signature, via text or emails if need be. And if it's really an emergency of some kind, I'm also, I can also accommodate. Just don't make it, a regular situation, obviously. To be in the coaching, in my coaching, you need to print the coaching agreement that's attached to every single package on my website. Sign it by hand, dated, print your name, scan it, and send it to my email. Very clear. It has to be. I used to allow a photo. I'm no longer allowing it. Just scan it. If this is the way that I will accept it, and send me your availability for the first session. Okay, and then we'll discuss your schedule later. Now, again, I want to address the monthly audios. The monthly audios are completely different than the audios on my channel. Okay, that's a package for somebody who wants to some people use it in addition to my coaching, even a lot actually. It's a deep dive into everything I'm discussing on my channel. I'll put it this way. It's basically my coaching methods, my coaching techniques, things to do practically, a deep dive into conversation, like manipulating energy, of course, bringing back your SP, magic spells, some esoteric subjects like remote viewing, etc., all to help you understand how to manifest better. But it's a much deeper discussion, like I said. So even though I may introduce some things in some ideas on my channel, this is not even in the vicinity what I discuss in the audio. So just to make it clear, it has coaching, the coaching kind of methods, the coaching elements. Certainly I share a lot more there. So that's what that is. It's at $550 right now. And it's a gift, and lots of people really enjoying it, like over 120 people now enjoying that service. So this audio, I actually recorded it last night. I was so inspired that I actually grabbed my phone. Whatever I was doing, I think I was making tea yet again. And I just had this download and I had to start recording. And so this morning, now I'm recording the intro for it. But this is basically the continuation for how I create the energy, how I build up the energy for my manifestations. Okay. For whatever reason, I really feel like sharing it. It still doesn't give away my coaching program or any methods, but I mentioned what I teach in coaching, and so this is kind of I'm sure I can come up with volume 3 and 4, but let's see how it goes. I just wanted to, for whatever reason, again, I was inspired to share like what I do, what my process is, and some things that I have yet to verbalize. All right. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me, but here goes the part 2. When I'm starting out to manifest, the way that I'm thinking is that what I'm looking for, all the specifics of the things that I'm looking for, someone or something is out there exactly the answer to what I'm looking for. This is how I'm starting, and I don't know where I got this specific kind of idea. I surely studied up and down all around, all sorts of, teachers, and this is how I formed my own opinion and decided to do it in my own way. Because I feel like a lot of people, not for nothing, teach exactly in the same way. It's so dull. It's so boring. It has to be really something personable. So essentially, that's what I'm starting. I'm starting out with the fact that before I even concluded this solution, the specifics of which will make me 100% happy. It has to be 100%. You never settle, parenthesis here. Before I even concluded what I wanted, there was already an answer there. Kind of like, before you ask, I shall answer. This is my mentality. Again, don't know where I got it from. And so my job then solely becomes about being a good describer of what I am looking for in the catalog, in the ever so unlimited catalog of the universe. There are billions of parallel realities. Every split second, you switch billions of times. And the mesmerizing part of it is that this makes you literally everywhere all at once. And so where will you zoom your consciousness then is entirely your choice. And this is how magic happens overnight. Also parenthesis here, but you don't have to rush. I would rather you walk the distance in earnest rather than, preferring it be a short trip where you learn nothing and it doesn't stay with you. What people don't realize when they're looking for coaching, I feel like there are people like that out there for sure, or when they're looking for the answer, they're sooner kind of the majority, I would say. And parenthesis here, I pride myself in attracting the most absolutely mesmerizing kind of clients, which I'm very proud of. And 99% of them, I love and adore. Once in a while, there was a person that quite frankly, disrespected me, and the infamous case you all know about, which I can't speak about, parenthesis here for now. It's, we're in court. I will say that much. I didn't want to be in court. That was not my decision. I went out of my way to make sure it wasn't going to go to court, but it's in court. And that's fine with me. I'd rather do it in front of a judge. So The 99% of the clients I attract are absolutely amazing. Sometimes when, I see the kind of big parenthesis here, but the big kind of effect it has on a person when we do this work together in concert, in symphony, it's pretty staggering the kind of results that are achievable. And this is not just talking me up. It very much has to do with the kind of client that I attract. So I'm very, very, very grateful for that. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, because I believe my clientele is like in the 20% of the minority who really understands that you really have to do this work. And it's not a short trip. It's not a quick fix, because if you have a quick fix, you know, it's going to be gone just as fast as you achieved it. It doesn't stay with you. You literally have to go the distance in vibration in order to be able to understand what it feels like to be that person you want to be. It doesn't happen overnight. That's the whole journey. And like I always say, what I will guarantee in my coaching is a shift in your consciousness, meaning how you look at things. Even, there's some people that it's very hard. It's very hard for some people to let go of past programming. They're struggling. They want to so bad, but it's hard. So don't push it. Give yourself the grace and give yourself the time. But that is the entire shebang. It's how, you will view things from here on. That is worth investing in every single day of your life. Like I always say, like, what are you doing if you're not doing that? Because the rest is, quite frankly, easy. And so you have this choice, right? Like I said, every second you switch through like billions of realities. And so every second you have the capability to switch to any fucking reality that you possibly could imagine. So just imagine this fucking power that you have right now. I mean, truly try to grasp it. Like from here to there is not a distance thing. It's a vibration thing. It's the kind of personality you embody, the kind of vibration you embody, the kind of confidence or non-confidence you embody. It's a feeling. So just, again, just imagination is not enough. It has to be that you're in agreement with this something, right? And if, like me, you can create a belief of what I want is already out there, has always been out there, because of the parallel reality world that we, thank God, occupy, it's a blessing. It's just a marvelous situation. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you master how to fabricate an emotion before the event ever happened, you will understand what it really means to be a magician. I mean, right here, right now. But can you do that? Because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes there are other things in place, and that's a deterrent for something new to come in. So naturally, you're going to have to say goodbye to certain things, right? It's not an easy process, but very much worth investing into. Because I feel like it takes a really strong hand like my own, not for nothing. Again, I do have a personality that comes very well pre-advertised, and I will never apologize for it, not for one bit. Unless, there's something that I do wrong or anything, I will gladly apologize for any such thing. But when I know what I'm talking about, and when I'm simply trying to create awareness of, I don't think you understand just how awesome you are, I think that with my strong hand, I will do everything possible for you to get it, but that is just, it comes standard. It's not something to deserve. You just showed up worthy already just by choosing to be here. It's like when people ask me, like, who are the chosen ones? Like, I don't understand this glorification of some people that, feel somehow They need to be superior. There's no such thing going on. You can be as chosen as you want to be. Let's put it this way. So you start out by being worthy. If that's something you can get to, and I believe you can if you really zero in on that. And again, it's very hard for people because it means that all the way up until now, they believed in something that quite literally does not exist. The lies, the beliefs, the struggle, that it has to be hard, all the crap essentially that gets communicated, spoon-fed to you since a very young age. And the nonverbal communication is the worst part. The not so much words, but the action. It sends an entire kind of like program to your mind, straight to your young mind. And so you believed in a lie. And that realization will come with a lot of anger in most people, with a lot of regret at some point, a lot of a lot of anger. The realization that, I could have done this all along. But, I had a moment like that. I got to tell you, get over it. And most importantly, don't worry about it because that's the time you needed. You see, there is no rule book as far as kind of like, when like everybody's so in a rush and they want to know like, when can I manifest? When can I manifest? I don't feel like that should be a question. I honestly do not, because you don't measure time the same way as your energy. How can you translate energy into numbers? You cannot. It's, are you in sync with your manifestation? And there's kind of like waves that it's going to come in. You know what I mean? It's the preparation for being receptive, accepting of it. So again, back to me, using myself as an example, whatever I'm looking for an answer today, having done all the fluctuations and all the work that I'm offering to my clients, I know today, for me, it's easy. I only have to sit down and decide what I want to have out of the catalog of the universe, because everything is present. And I know that it will come. This is my entire kind of manifestational process. Myself, even today, what I really enjoy, the part I most enjoy in manifestation is what, unfortunately, I cannot explain in words. The best way that I can explain, I was thinking about it after I recorded like the first volume, that I can only explain it as imagination. As living in that world. It is imaginary from standpoint of this reality, let's just say, from which I'm jumping. But to me, I can see it being just as real as this world. And I'm not sure if that, in other words, no, it's not present physically, but I can see it just as clearly in my mind, in 3D, fully being like, if I'm walking in the street, especially, I visualize so easily because it helps me to put it in motion. Like, where am I going? Where am I coming from? What conversation did I just have? I have a whole narrative going on. It's a movie, okay? And for me, this is why I don't, understand how people can find affirmations, repeating affirmations emptily so helpful, because it's a lot easier to put yourself in the world. In the world, you can make up the rules of this world. You can make up the characters of this world. These characters will do as you please, etc., etc., etc. Now, here's the deal, right? From the point of conception to the point of where it is visible to you, it's the alignment to you being able to accept this creation as already like an afterthought. Essentially, it's not a big fucking deal. Right now, you may be making a huge deal out of your SP coming back and this money and this and that, like it's so precious, like it's more important than you are. Nothing should ever be more important than you are. Just go with it, accept it. Again, it's not narcissism, it's just following quantum physics, because if everything is your energy, then naturally, you should focus on your energy and what makes you happy. So if I'm fucking pissed off, I'm not worrying about how to please another. I need to fix me so my energy is good, and then I know what to expect. So when you're not making it a big deal though, and it's an afterthought, it's something just, oh, that would be fun, and that's about it. When you're really understanding who's in charge, because it is made of your own energy, then it clearly, you arrive at this realization that, yeah, this is all for me. The good, the bad, the ugly, this is all for me. This is completely by me, even though unconsciously. So paying attention then to, like, waking up to the fact that you're already creating, and maybe making deliberate choices. And so if the choice becomes everything I want is already there for me, I just need to ask, relax into it, and understand I'm already in that world with the something before I even asked for it. Do you understand? It was already, no, you're not so original that you're asking for something that hasn't been created already. And so you simply, it's just literally like ordering off of Amazon. You ordered something, they give you the tracking number, okay? And then it's at your door. That's the entire manifestation process. So when I'm sitting down and asking for something, I know there is an answer exactly for me, designed especially for me, because it's a match. It's like you go to the library, right? My God, haven't been in a library in ages. Come to think of it. And you give them the ticket, and that ticket matches that book. That's it. And it's a library of infinite books, possibilities, and this and that. So your job again is not so complex. What it comes down to is being a good receiver. Being the person who lets themselves experience bliss more often than not. Okay? Like the guy from the live, I really feel for people like that, and I understand the pain. But what people like that don't understand, it's right, that this is the answer to your problem is that you feel like attacking another, instead of looking within and looking within yourself, what is going on, that you feel like doing that, feeling like that's the possibility for you and not another, not bliss, not good things, so much so you've come to expect it, and now you're vomiting it on others. So this, is completely optional. Just as you're choosing to interpret something as you've been limited up until now, therefore I need to continue to be limited. Wrong also, you can be anybody you want. It does take getting used to. You feel like, a lot of people tell me, wow, is this even allowed? Is this even, ethical? Or, I've gotten every question under the sun. And to me, it's like, this is actually the normal. This is actually the normal, that it needs to be, we share manifestation stories like all the time, like in a regular way, like not just in the manifestation circles, but really talking about this openly and not making it such a big deal. Okay, when it becomes that it's such a big deal and you don't understand your worth, and you prizing, the prizes that you will get, that's the significance of who you are, you're in big trouble, because you're going to completely give away your power to everything and everybody. And when it's time to make decisions and rule your world, there will be nobody to do it. It's a very dangerous position to be in, parenthesis here. So, to go back to my way of manifesting, putting myself in the movie, putting myself in that vibration, totally, in fact, quasi being in that world. I also teach other things in my coaching, the way that I've learned to manifest very young, and that is energy work. And that is completely taught in my coaching, so I cannot go over that, but it's very powerful and people excel at it in my coaching. I like, just today, literally I got like 5 success stories, you know. It's mind-blowing. It was a great day today to be me. Was really satisfying to hear lots of things. So this is something that I intuitively taught myself, coupled with what my grandmother taught me about magic spells. And when I used it, it worked every single time. It has to do, of course, with your consciousness, but there's a specific way I teach it that is very effective. And you will literally find it nowhere. It doesn't exist. It's very practical. What I love to do is make it as understandable and as practical as it possibly can be, so you can use it every single day if you wanted to, but on a regular basis for sure. Okay. And with that, it's not just about the magic spells, but your own energy and how to elevate your energy and what kind of exercises to do. But essentially, this is the most powerful way to do things when the thought meets the energy. It's an unbeatable kind of situation. It's basically thought transmission and energy transmission. I think I even have a live on that topic, now that I'm thinking about it. And that, my friends, is rather the most mind-blowingly powerful way to manifest. And again, I teach how to do it. And you can become crazy good at it. Really crazy good, provided, of course, this is not up for negotiation, provided that you have cleansed yourself of the past drama, trauma, panorama. Okay, at the very least, you need to start shifting. It doesn't happen that it's an easy shift. It doesn't happen that it's not Disneyland, darling. You're going to have to put in some work to see long-lasting results, or frustrate yourself till the end of motherfucking time. It's so simple, Your intelligence in this department and how to manifest intelligently has to rise. Obviously, something's not clicking, right? If you're not, like, if you feel like there's so much that you're listening to on YouTube, and yet none of it is helpful, you need to stop and really ask yourself, like, are you listening to your intuition, first of all? And are you really serious about really learning how you want to do this from somebody who's actually done this? Not just, regurgitates Neville Goddard day and night, which are a lot of people. That's what, I think is absolutely mandatory for you to think about. Because a lot of people why I started coaching on YouTube after coaching for 7 years outside YouTube, I just got so fed up and really kind of angry at the way that people make this such a dramatic big deal and completely offer no solutions that last. How is that not a complete, big conversation? I don't know. Sometimes it blows my mind, I gotta tell you. Because after coaching on YouTube, like, I've seen the kind of ideas that people carry over from other coaches and the kind of experiences with them and this and that. And yeah, it's a little bit mind-blowing. I'm not gonna lie, because for me, it's a lot simpler and it's a lot more to the point. And so if you know your destination, if you're doing it with somebody who resonates with you and who has done it themselves already and came out on the other end, this is how you will feel like you're doing the right thing, and you're doing it in a very short period of time versus, I don't know, years. It doesn't really take years to get to where you want to go. Okay, that you're watching YouTube for years is another story. Okay, it really doesn't take years to get you to where you want to go. It's again a matter of your consciousness being in alignment, your energy being in alignment, you willing to accept this kind of style of life that is less problematic, more bliss is allowed. Let's just say it like that. That you're accepting that there's another possibility for you, and that, you know, again, under the guidance of a good coach, you should be able to point out exactly the reasons that are holding you back. Simple like that. Exactly why you don't understand how really amazing you are. And that doesn't take any trickery. It's just understanding what's in resonance with you. It's like cat number 2 asked me in live, you know, what if I'm losing passion after a while? It's been so long. I really feel, honest to God, this is what I'm going to say, you know, when it takes you this long, there is no clear direction. That's why it takes you this long. You're not in, you know, you're listening to too many voices again, and it needs to be like, you need to be authentic towards yourself and what it is you want to do. And if you decide on what you want to do, that's, you know, half of the deal. And then you really need to get clear guidance on how to get there. It's very mathematical. It's very simple like that. Now, if you in that position, you will do the work, and you will understand that just by elevating your consciousness, that cannot be measured again in time. You can get there tomorrow if you elevated your consciousness. But is that really reasonable even for you just to overnight do that? No, I'd rather you take your time, and then once there, yeah, create overnight success. Create that same day success. Totally, 100%. But the artistry of becoming who you really want to be and tweaking of things here and there, I feel like that's the never-ending kind of, you know, taking care of the garden of your mind, because the mind will produce, and it's not a fucking quick fix, especially when you've been doing something for a long, long time, for decades, maybe your entire life. And suddenly there's a proposition to change it. There's going to be resistance, but understand that even though there is resistance, what waits for you on the other side is so rewarding that for a short period of time, you can put up with the resistance of your past beliefs that are going to tell you everything under the sun why your desire is not possible. But it's not only possible, it's already right there, like waiting for you. It's as if, like I'm saying to you, it's, you know, www or whatever. Do they use W's anymore? Amazon.com. And you order whatever your heart desires, and it's at your door. It's as simple like that. So working through the garbage of your mind is exactly what needs to happen. And then I'm telling you right now, you will be so blasé about manifestation. It will be the last thing on your mind to look up manifestation videos. You'll be done with them forever. So serious. So deciding on what you want very specifically and asking for it clearly and expecting to get exactly what you wanted. That's it. That's the formula completely, as simplistic as it sounds. That's the only formula there ever will be. And the entire time, the desire is right there, and it could take you no time. No time. Okay? Once your mind will adjust itself and become a little more flexible and not so not so critical of you anymore and not so tight ass, okay? And really just expanding the horizons and what's possible, and realizing like at some point in meditation, or you will have an aha experience or whatever, it will really download the meaning of words. You're unlimited completely. You will just understand that there is absolutely no limit to what's possible. And you don't need to own the world to be happy. You just want what you want. But so then imagine this unlimited power that you have, and how easy then it is to manifest something so trivial like a beautiful life for yourself. Again, you're not looking to buy the world. You just want what you want. You want your relationship, you want your house, you want the job, and this and that and the other. It's nothing for your power to create exactly what you want, because you have access to the invisible, that invisible partner that consistently and constantly follows you around. You live in that energy. It's all around you. If you want to call them guardian angels, if you want to call it, the universal power, whatever pleases you, and no disrespect whatsoever. I myself grew up into religions, but I gotta tell you, it really just, religion did something good for me. Let me just say it like that. It gave me the power of imagination of how I want to imagine this power. And that was useful for me, growing up especially. And so you have to understand this is your counterpart, the larger part of you. You're the avatar on earth, representative of your higher self, which is the real you. Okay? And so your higher self is gangster. Understand that. Higher self does not fuck around with your magical powers. But the higher self is called higher because higher in frequency. So you would have to match the frequency of the higher self as often as possible. Again, through bliss, through smelling the roses, through bubble baths and things like that, whatever pleases you. Some pastime that really means something relaxing to you, really self-loving. Somebody asked me, something, asked me question, what is your favorite? Just anything to do with me, okay? Because I don't get to be selfish at all. Because I love what I do, and so I work a lot, and like pedicures, whatever has to do with you and nobody else and nothing else. Yes, on that level, it's like all the answers are right there, everything. So your entire shebang here on earth is to reach in frequency as high as possible. With silly things like Bible bath and incense. It's not a big price to pay. So on that frequency, then you're able, if you're able to tap in to what it would look like, what it would feel like, how would you be in that reality, all of that, creating. And this is what I help my clients create, like step by step. Like imagine you're constructing a movie, and you need to pick literally the script, you're writing the script, but you need to pick the actors and every little piece in the shot. You need to choose and place it there. This is what reality is. And if it sounds really difficult, it's not. It's exactly, if you want exactly what you want, you have to have an opinion. Okay, you have to be able to really be the judge of what's right for you. And that's like literally a custom-made reality. And the last thing I would say is that, in the volume 1, I discussed the fact that obviously you need to make a decision, right? When you decide to manifest something. And formulating this decision is also a really helpful skill. You would be surprised how many people, again, not only do not put anything fucking on paper that they want, but do not actually describe it. Like they don't have an actual goal, as in, this is my finish line. as far as this goes. Meaning this is not really my finish line, but this is where I want to arrive, let's just say. Like just formulating, like, to get married to this person, let's just say, just one example, etc., etc. They never formulate their desires. They just have kind of vague ideas here and there, but they never put it into one sentence. Big problem, And so in my own life, again, I've had many experiences, very pivotal moments in my life where I've literally changed my life, like literally overnight, almost, because of something I uttered, kind of like unwittingly, but stating something that I wanted, and it literally came true in a very short period of time. So don't discount what you speak about, how you speak about it, what you're saying, what you're saying about yourself, which is why I'm such a big proponent of talking yourself up. You don't have to lie. All you have to do is to be kind to yourself. And I'm not changing my mind on that. Not ever. Not in another galaxy, not in another lifetime, which I'm living right now. No version of Anna will ever cease to believe in this. It's so good for, listen, especially with women. I'm partial to women. There's that because, women, we're just, I don't know. I have to say, we're just made differently. It's a lot harder for a woman. And I think they definitely can use a boost of confidence, let's just say, after being through a lot. For anybody, though, for a man or a woman, talk yourself up, Talk nicely to yourself at the very least, being kind to yourself. Because it's, first of all, it's all going to come true, the good stuff and the bad stuff. So why not say good things, right? But again, just like I said in live, the universe is paying close attention, very close attention. Your job, you do your job and be as happy as you possibly can be. And rework your drama, trauma, panorama in your favor. I know it may be difficult for you to even imagine what that could be, to rework your drama, trauma, panorama in your favor. But I promise you, I've dealt with a lot of difficult cases. It's 100% possible. That's what you have to do. And like I said, like I started out, it's all you have to do is understand it's already out there for you. It's ready to come in. But you yourself have to light up differently. Your own energy, your own magnetism has to start lighting up by choosing certain things that are for you, that are for your benefit, for your happiness. And find yourself in this ultimate reality that your consciousness is now zoomed in on, finding exactly the answer that it needs, exactly the solution, exactly the manifestation, exactly the thing from Amazon or whatever, wherever it happens to be from. You just have the answer right there. It's as simple as literally typing in something into Google and finding the answer right there. Just like that. Just like that. And why? Because you made it your business to invest in yourself, to understand once and for all, this is a friendly universe. It's on your side. Nobody's out to get you. You've been told a lie before, unfortunately. Understand this universe is actually a blissful place. Okay? Could be a much more blissful place for everybody, okay, all over the world. That they don't understand it is another story. Okay, so be an example, be a shining beacon of hope for everybody around you, and demonstrate that all you have to do is actually feel blissful in order to be able to do anything in life, just achieve anything, period. There is no alternative as far as that goes. So big emphasis on this. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me, again, is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.